This video was a long time coming. Hi, it's fucking BluTheDragon, otherwise known as HeyoDamo, but in the fandom, my name is Blue. And you might hate me. Basically, a year ago, I made a video called Why People Hate Furries, and recently my friend Camo actually did a Furries react to it where he got people at a convention to watch the video and share their reactions. So that has resurfaced the video a little bit, which reminded me that I made that atrocious piece of crap. Basically what I'm doing in this video is recapping what I said in the video and also going over the whole horrible attitude thing that I had going on. So around a year ago I was really trying to make YouTube work, and I was thinking, oh, what sells? Oh, edgy sells. What's edgy? Oh, being a dickhead. So the attitude in the video in question and in a lot of the furry related videos that I made are very not me at all. It was never an attitude I really had. It was something I was putting on because I thought people would be impressed. And sometimes they were, and sometimes they weren't. But I'm not, and I wish I never did it. However, the points I made in the video are still points that I do believe are mostly true. Yes, they are opinions, they are my opinion. I do not try to present them as fact. I never would, and I never will. But that being said, I could have presented them in a much, much better way. So here's me attempting to do that. The first point I mentioned is roleplay. And yes, there is a lot of roleplay in the fandom, and being a fandom that creates characters, of course there's gonna be roleplay. Duh. It helps you realize the character. Duh. I actually don't mind roleplay that much, as long as it's not every single sentence, and as long as you keep it within the fandom, which is what I was trying to say in the other video. When a furry tries to roleplay furry style with someone not in the fandom, it's just gonna scare them away. I've seen it happen. If you like to roleplay, be it sexual or not sexual, that's fine. Do what you want, do what makes you happy. Just keep in mind that people outside of the fandom might not get it, so if you do it with them, they're gonna be very confused. The second point I made was drama, and a lot of the time I got the response, oh, there's not just drama in this fandom, there's drama in every fandom. There's drama in life. But it's very present in the furry fandom. I'm not part of many fandoms. In fact, the only fandom I really say I'm a part of is the furry fandom, so I can only speak about the furry fandom. Because I don't know what's going on in other places, I have no idea, I'm not there. And yes, I don't doubt that there is drama in other fandoms and it's probably pretty shit, and it could be worse than the furry drama, but that doesn't make the drama in the furry fandom any less present. And I don't think anyone actually likes drama, actually some people might. If they're really bored. Most people don't actually like drama, so me saying there's too much drama in the fandom, I think that's a pretty fair thing, even if there was a tiny bit of drama in the fandom. Still too much, because there shouldn't be any. Then the next point I mentioned was the butthurt, which is basically people just overreacting to things, which I think now after living life for another year, I've noticed is just people, but it's pretty bad in the fandom. And I think the last thing I mentioned was being weird and creepy. That is a thing that is present everywhere in life, but again, it is present in the fandom, and there is quite a lot of it in the fandom. I get that some people just don't have social skills, and that's why they come across as weird and creepy, but at least try to not be weird and creepy, because not only does it make our fandom look weird to the outside world, which is what I was suggesting in the previous video, but it makes people within the fandom really uncomfortable, because it's weird and creepy. Now when I go to conventions, or when I go out into the real world, I will give anyone a chance, and then I will make a judgment on their character, as anyone does when you meet a person, and then I will decide whether I want to spend more time with them or not, and if they're weird and creepy, I don't want to. Pretty much those were all the points I made in the video, and that was me attempting to explain them a bit better. But at the same time, if I was making that video now, I just wouldn't make that video, because it's incredibly negative and we just don't need that shit. I'm sorry if you got offended by it, but at the same time, if you did, maybe you're taking the furry fandom a little bit too seriously, because it was intended as a joke. Was it funny? I don't know. I really don't. And if you're still offended after watching this video, then you're definitely taking the fandom too seriously. It's a hobby, it's an interest, it shouldn't be your entire life, because there's other things in the world that you could be doing. The video actually received more positive feedback than negative, and there's always going to be negative feedback on a video, even if it's the nicest thing in the entire universe, but that doesn't change the fact that negative feedback is not something someone should strive for, which is why I made this video, to clear that up a little bit, present it how it should have been presented, and try and create a better message, which is, we're part of a fandom that has an inherently bad image, and a lot of the time this is literally because people do not understand why we like the fandom, why we're a part of it. They just do not get it, and people are scared of things they don't understand. But at the same time, there are things we can do to help better our image, and we should be doing those things. We should present ourselves in a respectable manner to the rest of the world. And if you're the type of person that's like, oh fuck the rest of the world, I'll do whatever I want, good for you, you seem really happy, I guess, or really angry, because that's how I used to be, actually, come to think of it. But when you're associating yourself with the fandom, you're representing the fandom, and people will tie their experience with you to their experience with the entire fandom. Is it fair? Absolutely not. That's how stereotypes happen, that's how wars start. I'm not sure how wars start, I don't want to know. I want to stay away from that. What I'm trying to say is just be the best version of yourself when you can, whenever you're explaining the fandom to someone, whenever you're taking the fandom into a public situation. Just be the best version of yourself you can. Don't do weird, creepy things, because then people are just going to assume everyone in the fandom does weird, creepy things. A lot of us do. But that's not our fault, we're just born that way. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say. If you still want to discuss anything that I said in the previous video or in this video, just let me know in the comments and I'm more than happy to have a discussion. I won't argue with people. If it looks like you're trying to argue, I will just delete the comment because I'm just not interested in that. But let me know about stuff. Yes. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video, maybe possibly, but until then this video is over, so fuck off! That's just how I end my videos. People were actually offended by that in that one video. It's never been an issue until that one video. Then they're like, oh, you told me to fuck off. It's like, well, if you looked at any of my other videos, I just end them like that. Because I'm Australian. And we're pricks.